Welcome, guys, to our first ever premiere, our tea time episodes. So I'm Talaya, and basically we're here spilling the tea, talking about the latest things going on in the community and how we are playing a role in being the solution. And today we've got our favorite first ever host with us, Solare. Give it up.
Should have a sip of tea. Tea is refreshing.
So go ahead and share with us what you are sipping on today.
Oh, okay. So today I'm sipping on my favorite. It's almost like a rejuvenating, immuno-boosting detox tea. And what I combined in it was about a quarter wedge of lime, some cayenne pepper, some turmeric, some black pepper, cinnamon, and there's one more, and cloves. And it only tastes like lime, but it's delicious.
Yes.
What are you sipping on?
I have ginger, turmeric. Mine is much shorter list. Best defense and aloe. So it's got vitamin C, zinc, echinacea, lots of good stuff for the immune system.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Okay, so tell me, how are you doing? How are you holding up throughout this time, especially when the world is at a place that's so new for all of us?
Yeah. Overall, I feel like I'm doing really well. This time has been very interesting for me. Because I have been really using it to be introspective, and I'm that type of person anyways. Like, I'm always the person who wants to be self-analytical. um, but I've really been using this as a time to like heal and grow, and like, when we're inside this much, we just have to use our time wisely and spend our time finding the things that bring us joy in maybe a more challenging or kind of frustrating restricted situation, because those are the things that are going to bring you joy on like a normal day. So I've just been using this time to read and meditate and write and build my business, create new courses and books, and just do all the things that I normally want to do but I don't have time for. And, there's been the ups and downs. Like, I feel like I sometimes go through maybe 10 emotions in an hour, let alone a day. But I think that's kind of the beautiful aspect of this time, is that we're all learning how to get back in touch with our emotions, learning we have the time to sit with them instead of stuffing them down. And we're all getting in touch with how we are human, and we're all emotional beings. And this is something that I think most of us, probably all of us except for like our elders, have never gone through before. So it's okay to have moments where it feels frustrating or scary or overwhelming. And it's also okay to still be excited in light of all of this, and still, find the joy. Like, I love having the time to sit and watch spring take its course and watch nature do its thing. So I feel like I've gone through so many waves throughout this coronavirus season, but I also think that's normal. How have you been doing?
Thank you for asking. I'm doing great right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, this time has definitely been a great time of reflection and just really learning a lot of lessons during this time right now, especially with, I wouldn't even just say being indoors, because for the most part, I'm already indoors mostly.
Mm-hmm.
But just really taking time to focus on myself. This has been some of the busiest time, I feel like, of my life, because there's so much work and so much growth that's happening right now, so much reflection,
Mm-hmm.
and just really like learning time management and organization and self-value, and really just self-care and self-love has been a big thing. So that comes with a lot of emotions, a lot of healing. So it has definitely been a ebb and flow, kind of back and forth
Mm-hmm.
as well. But it just feels like when you're in the slingshot and you're taking that first wave forward, you know what I mean? That brush into momentum and into forward movement is what it's been feeling like for me.
Mm.
Um, so I'm feeling stronger than ever, better than ever. But on the other end, I've had days of crying, days of emotion and really having to work through that and still push through that and, show up as my best self and show up in the world as if I'm not going through those experiences. So yeah, it's definitely been a lot of growth. And overall, I'm really happy with it because
Yeah.
uh, I don't know what else could have happened in the world right now to pressure us all into
For
um,
real.
our internal purposes and grabbing what we're supposed to be doing and
Yeah.
like really working on it and really focusing it in on our craft. So in the same token, I'm very grateful for the season is what I'll call it, the season that we're in right
Yeah.
now. So what I know you said you've been reading, you've been working on your businesses, you've been, doing a lot of self-focus. What have you been seeing in the world and around you, and how is that affecting your time and what you're working on and developing?
Mm. For me, I care a lot about mental health. That is my biggest thing because that has also been my biggest struggle personally. So it's been very interesting to see, and I'm going to say interesting and still exciting to see just the wave of the world processing this. Because I saw the panic and fear and the angst, and I really empathized with that. And I'm like like I'm naturally a homebody. I love being at home and I typically work from home. So being home was not a huge transition for me. Not being able to go other places was. So I can't say that I completely related to everyone's anxiety around being home, but I empathized with it and I understood feeling constricted and constrained because like if you've ever been home because you didn't have the money to go out, you can relate to that feeling. So I felt that being an artist, I felt a lot of the fear coming from a bunch of our friends in the arts community and just the uncertainty of being in a position where your artist gig and your day job are both off of the table, and what does life look like for you then? And I've been so inspired to see how the community has stuck together and supported one another and been very selfless in doing what they can, at least in LA, to save the dance studios and just all these different things. I see so many people coming together and just uniting around this one cause, even if they all feel differently. And so that's been really encouraging for me. I've also seen some of like well, right now I'm staying in a neighborhood where it's more like they're closer to retiring age, and it's a very culturally diverse neighborhood, I would say. But there's Asian people in the community who are very fearful when this first started. And I saw them, like, everybody, we live in a gated community, so we can walk and walk our dogs and not worry about it. Um, and just seeing how nervous they were when someone was walking past, like, are you going to be nice to me? Are you going to speak to me? Are you going to think that I have some crazy virus and disease just because of how I look? So sitting with just how that feels and knowing how it feels as a person of color, like seeing it happen to someone else, and then all the other feelings that came up. And then also being really, really excited by all of the light workers and like just the spiritual people who are really ushering in this new age of spiritual enlightenment. And more than anything, like for me, it's like continuing to find out what questions we need to asked to get the answers that we seek, and like it can be different for every single person because every person's different. And so in terms of my courses, because they're all around mental health and spiritual development and all of that stuff, it's been guiding me in creating things, or it's been inspiring me to create things that I feel would be really valuable and also really simple. Like I love creating coloring books because it's repetitive. You can do it mindfully, but also a little mindlessly, meaning like if you're someone who steers more towards OCD, and that's something that I've been thinking about a lot, like what are those people going through when they can't leave their home? What are
Mm,
they feeling? The people who have mental health disorders that can feel completely debilitating. Like, how are we supporting them? What can we do for them? How can we reach out to them? And what can I create that they can have at home and use as like a kind of mental escape? So I've really been looking at this time. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I've been going through my own process, but using my own healing process and my own discovering process and just coping um, to inform what I'm creating.
that's beautiful. I love that. I love that. That is such a huge um, issue, and I'll say factor in the world right now is mental health. And it has been for so long, but really hasn't had the type of attention and awareness that it deserves. So it's beautiful that right now we're really focusing on it and being able to provide so many more solutions. And I love that you mentioned the light workers. I haven't heard that phrase for that group of people, I don't think ever. So that's beautiful. Use that. uh, because we definitely need so much light in the world. And, one of both of our messages is love and bringing love into the world. And
Mm-hmm.
your company is Love Yourself a Little Better, which is such a beautiful mission and such a beautiful purpose.
Thank you.
Um, so tell me a little bit about, I know you mentioned your coloring books. What else can we use, or are you providing that we can use to encourage and develop our mental state?
Sure. So one of the biggest things that have been like completely instrumental in my healing journey has been like brain entrainment tracks, which are really just like meditation tracks, but they're binaurally driven, which means that they use different tones to heal different parts of the body. And it's scientific, it's been proven. And, for me, my motto is your mental health determines the health of your body. Your physical health is fully driven by the state of your mental health. I'm the type of person, or I've gone on a journey where I went through such challenges with anxiety and depression and all of that, that I ended up in the emergency room with basically phantom symptoms. Um, and I only healed them through healing my mind. Medicine would not treat them. So, brain entrainment tracks have been great for me because I listen to them while I sleep, and I get to just reprogram, and I don't have to do anything over the top. And I wake up feeling so much lighter and so much happier and so much more balanced. And so that's one of the things that we offer. We have different courses around like balancing the seven chakras. We have courses around fitness and nutrition so that you can make sure that you're feeding yourself food that energizes you and also boosts your mood. Like little things such as if you're feeling depressed, put some oranges and bananas in a bowl together. Seeing that yellow and that orange together, it's like mental therapy, it's color therapy, and then you eat it and then you get that burst of citrus, and then all the potassium, and your body's getting all of the nutrients that it needs to lift up your own spirits, and it maybe cost you $1.60. So, but those are things that a lot of people don't know. And stress impacts the gut, and it deteriorates the way your gut functions, and it gets rid of good bacteria and all of that stuff. And the gut is your second brain. So when your gut starts deteriorating, your mental health starts deteriorating. You start feeling brain fog and all of those other things. So I know that all of that is a ton of information that most people don't feel like researching. And I understand because I don't really feel like researching it either. If I didn't go to school, I probably wouldn't. I don't know. But so for me, I just kind of took on the responsibility of creating those lists, creating all of that content in one place and giving it to clients so that they know workouts that they can do, they know food that they can eat and feel guilt free about it. I do desserts, smoothies, all that other stuff. So that's something that's important to me. So I like to help other people in that way. And, we have so many other things, affirmation tracks, devotional series. We have topical products like lotions and oils and hair creams and face masks and just all these things to help you love yourself a little better from the inside out. Help you walk outside feeling confident and beautiful and healthy and happy and joyful and grateful for your life. I just believe that we all should spend every day, every second of every day, creating a life that we love to live. And at a time where anxiety was running rampant, probably is even more so now, unfortunately, or depression and all those other things, I think those make it so important. And also the fact that the world has been changed so much. So many industries have been completely rattled and shaken. Some businesses have completely folded. So a lot of us aren't going back to the same things that we have had before. Like, even if you hated your job, you may not have that job to hate. So like now is that time to look deep, dig deep, and just create the life that you love to live. And that's just what my products are for. Like just giving you easy tools that do really deep work that are really uplifting.
Wow. Wow, that's really powerful, guys. I hope you guys were taking notes because she definitely listened all throughout that right there. That is
Thanks.
binaural tracks that are going to help you guys on top of that, playing with the mind through colors of what you're seeing. Just all those little things. I hope you guys were picking up on it because she just helped y'all bypass some of the research.
I'm trying to help y'all out. I know it takes some time. You don't want to do all that. I got you.
For real, the research is work.
Yeah.
um, Seriously, guys, this is my longtime sister. She's incredible. Seriously, everything that she's sharing with you guys. She has not only personally grown from it and just really brightened her light through it, but also has helped and impacted so many people and so many lives around her. So definitely get with her so that you guys can get started with these programs and these products and all the different services she has, because you will not be disappointed. Absolutely. And if your mental health is something that you're concerned about, which all of us need to really take seriously and take time to evaluate, because at the end of the day, it's our mind, our brain, it's programming, what society has taught us. It's things that have been inflicted on us silently that we don't even realize is affecting us. So really, if you think that you don't have anything to reflect on, I challenge you to reflect and see
Mm-hmm.
where you can improve in these areas. So definitely reach out to her. So I share with the people, how can we contact with you? How can we connect and get these services and get all your good energy and information?
Thanks. First of all, thanks for all that. That was so nice. Yeah, you can find me at Love Yourself a Little Better on like anything on Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter. Well, I don't think the whole name fits on Twitter. I think it's like Love Yourself ALB or something like that. But yeah, either Love Yourself a Little Better or the hashtag is LYALB, which is also our acronym. You can use that to find me anywhere.
Absolutely. Okay, so I know we have given so much in this call. If you want to leave one thing with the people, one tip, or one message of love, anything that you would like them to know, hear, feel, see, be, whatever that is. That's great.
Sure. I would always say, or I would say, always remember that everyone is on their own journey and everyone's doing the best that they can at every given moment. And even if you feel that your best or someone else's best in that moment isn't quote unquote good enough. There has to be a certain level of honor that, they're showing up. We're all trying, And so I say that because at this time, so many people, like I said, are processing so many emotions, so many thoughts. Some are completely valid. Others are like fears based on the future, on uncertainty, and we all process every thought on a DNA level, on a cellular level. And so if someone's being a little snappy and like you don't like it, before you might want to like snap back, maybe sit with, I don't know what they're going through. Let me just like, I don't know. Let me just like try to be supportive. Let me just try to feel them out. And even if you're having a rough moment and you feel like other people are judging you, people are so wrapped up in their own stuff that no one's looking at you as much as you may think that they are. Everyone's just doing what they can to keep moving forward. So I think if we keep that in the forefront of our mind, we'll be able to treat one another with compassion, with kindness, with empathy, with patience, with grace. And we'll also be able to, in turn, give that to ourselves. And I think that's just really what this world needs. Like, I understand having goals. I was the most type A person of all time, like a true Aries, a true like 4.0 student, annoying, all that stuff. But I realized that the real victory and the real success is in constantly evolving and becoming better, constantly growing. And in a time like now, like I'm in a place where I celebrate the days when I get out of bed and I'm like, I have a smile on, and there's plenty of those days. I'm not saying that I'm over here depressed, but those are victories as well. And those deserve to be celebrated as well. So in the rough moments with yourself and in the happy moments with yourself, love yourself a little better. And if you have an interaction with someone else that might not have been as pleasant as you preferred, just remember that they're doing the best that you can. And even if you don't approve or agree, everyone's on their own journey and we will all fall into alignment and everything is always happening exactly as it should. So at the end of the day, I can't remember who in my family told me this, but allow everyone the decency of their process. Honor yourself, honor others, and just love throughout it all.
There you have it, guys. I don't have much else to leave you with after that. I have grown from this and from just being around her beautiful spirit. So rewatch, like, share, subscribe, comment. How did this help you? How do you relate to this? How are these areas affecting you? And also keep us updated. When you join her course, let us know how it goes for you because I know you're going to get phenomenal results. So let us know what your experience is because we love reporting it and we are definitely going to have you back. So you have been incredible. So I'm going to sip my tea and I will see you guys back next time for another episode of Tea Time.
Yeah, thanks for having me.